Rui Hachimura is having a fun career year, and albeit he's sitting behind Kyle Kuzma, who's been playing like a legit all-star, and this team is loaded on young talent and just veterans that need to be moved. And what makes Rui Hachimura an enticing trade target for some teams that actually want his skills? Something I found interesting about Rui is that he loves the mid-range, but he was never really much of a mid-range creator, and a lot of this came off of pin downs and actions that he didn't have to use the ball. But here is Rui's bread and butter. Comes off the double screen, and once he gets the swing from Corey Kispert, he attacks his closeout with the 1-dribble pull-up and gets to the midi. Like, this added 1-dribble pull-up is something he was not doing at Gonzaga. And his stuff as a mid-range guy isn't just his scoring. Right here, he is posting up Terrence Davis, and this has Sabonis Sabonis coming over for the help as he leaves a wide open Taj Gibson. And Rui notices that Taj Gibson is open in the dunker spot. So what does Rui do? He eventually is going to stop this post up and lead with the beautiful interior pass.
Got a size advantage, good time drop to Gibson, and we're tied at 22.
And at best, he's an okay shooter, which is something that he'll take. With Rui's increased three-point volume, he's not as good of a shooter that he was last year statistically, but he is shooting more, and that's encouraging nonetheless. And here is another off-ball action where Rui is going to cut, and once he cuts, he gets to his spot and rises up for this nice mid-range. And some of y'all might already know what I'm about to say. Tactical basketball, man. That is tactical basketball. Rui once again is the secondary, and as a secondary he gets Trey Lyles on him, and Trey Lyles falls for this rip, gets out of position, and Rui just bodies him to the rim. And I wanted to add this three-pointer again to show you that Rui is a legit off-ball weapon. And as a transition player, he gets this nice dribble handoff to Kuzma, and Kuzma goes for the dunk. They should trade Kuzma instead of Rui, come on man. And this is a beautiful connection right here to Porzingis cutting. And yes, I think Rui is a very good off-ball weapon, but this flash of creation right here is just so fun to watch. Here are some of Rui Hachimura's off-ball impact stats, as he's in the 61st percentile movement points, the 75th percentile movement impact, the 61st percentile roll man points. He is in the 58th percentile in off-screen points per 75. He is in the 63rd percentile in off-screen shares, the 60th percentile in putbacks per 75, and the 92nd percentile in putback impact. Now, while Rui Hachimura is a valuable off-ball player, I think his isolation ability and his on-ball creation is something that teams are going to consider when they're trading for him. Like right here, for example, Rui Hachimura is really smooth in getting to his spots, and this is something that he didn't have coming into the league. But with this on-ball development, he's able to go ahead and get into his spots and rise up for mid-range shots like this. And this dribble handoff right here explains it all. Rui is big, and we know that, and I'd classify him as a power creator because he uses his strength and his size to go ahead and get shots off. And right here was a perfect example, as he uses his body to fiend away Damian Lee and rise up for this mid-range. And here is a classic Rui Hachimura post-up, which goes into his rip that he always does, and he uses his strength to body Mikal Bridges and go for the bunny. And again, he loves to attack off the catch, got him with the shot fake, and just drives. One thing I forgot to touch up on is that Rui Hachimura is a legit driver. He's a very good driver, and obviously being 6'8" with that frame, he's able to use his strength to power over some of these smaller guys guarding him. And a lot of the Wizards staff and coaches around the league love his coast-to-coast finishing ability. And this is probably my favorite clip from this game, watching the film on, that Rui gave the Suns 30. He comes off this dribble handoff from Porzingis, which ends up becoming a screen, and that gives Torrey Craig a place to get in a switch with Aiden, and Rui just hits this tough fadeaway mid-range. Like right here, he's going to post up really far out from the perimeter, and he coughs up the ball right here, and then he just hits this crazy fadeaway shot. Like, come on, man. And again, his ability to attack closeouts and get to his spots in the mid-range is something that a lot of teams need, bruh. Now, Rui Hachimura is not that good of a defender. If anything, he's probably like a neutral to a slight negative. But he does have flashes and spurts of him being a solid defender in the NBA. But as of now, he's definitely a slight negative to a neutral. And also, his passing needs some development, and it needs to get better here and there, because I know he can make some of the reads that he does look at. He is still mid-range oriented, but it's definitely much better than what he was coming into the NBA. With the development of his three-point shot, he's going to be a very solid player. He is in the 94th percentile in isolation points per possession as a power forward, which is crazy. And he has a bunch of other scoring metrics that really favor him. So, all in all about Rui Hachimura, he is a guy who needs a better situation. He needs a situation where he's going to be able to thrive, and he's actually having a career year. The scoring jump has been kind of fun, although statistically it's not going up. The way he's playing is going up for sure. The on-ball creation flashes are really fun to see. He is playing more aggressive. He's attacking the rim with a different style of aggression, and his coast-to-coast finishing ability is something that's really fun to see for him. And yeah, I mean, playing behind Kuzma, of course his stats are going to be going down, like the volume's just not there, but in a role where he's going to be able to play more and have a bigger role, I think he's going to be fine. Teams like the Mavericks and the Pacers could use him. And I really like the situation in Dallas where he could be like a tertiary creator off of Luka, or even a secondary where he gets a lot of like on-ball flashes and gets a lot of on-ball chops that can help the team out, because they need him. Like, they truly do need him. And if he does take the jump to become like at least like positive defender, which I think he can, just given off his size and his decent athleticism, he will be a fine player in the NBA. His scoring is there. Like, he's a legit scorer, he's a legit ISO creator, and he's a really, really good power creator. So yeah, Rui didn't get extended this offseason, and he's been playing like he's want that extension, man. He really wants the extension. You can tell by the way he's playing. He's playing more aggressive this year. Like I said, the on-ball creation flashes are really fun to watch, but him being an average defender and a pretty bad passer does hold him back. But if he does elevate those two things in his game, he's going to be a really, really solid player. So yeah, I usually don't do this part of the videos. Like, it's been a minute since I've done it, but here's the thing. If you do enjoy the videos, or you did like this video at least, you can subscribe and drop a like. I'm not asking you to, but if you did enjoy it, you know, it'd be appreciated, of course. That shows that you are interested in these videos and you want more of these videos and breakdowns. So yeah, this was a bit of a brief breakdown, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really get in the bag on this one because Rui doesn't play a lot, but you know what I'm saying, you get the point. And to the Japanese viewers, shout out to y'all, for real, shout out to y'all. But yeah, for Rui Hachimura, I hope he doesn't get traded, but if he does, he's going to break out wherever he gets traded to. Remember that. So yeah,
you where I'd rather be. Catch me dead without my proudest casualty. I feel like Y&J, my wood up to capacity. I did a college show and smoked weed with the faculty. Baby, I fell in love with your anatomy. What you want tonight? Pull up, put that